Continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in Respect of Treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia,
Nithyanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gaganasrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Nithyananda all of you. So after this powerful revelations by Swamiji, let's take few moments and we'd like to ask you a few cognitions, powerful clicks that you received. So just take few moments and please share at least one powerful cognition that you understood that clicked with you. And meanwhile, also get ready for the power manifestation. The power of being picture blindfolded. So just take few moments and just share what clicked with you, what understanding you had through this satsang that Swamiji revealed, the powerful cognition that Swamiji revealed. Meanwhile, let's welcome all the participants who are available here. Yang Chao Chanaya Nithyananda, Wang Krishan Nithyananda, Ma Nithyananda Nithyananda, Ma Chunyo Nithyananda, Ma Jnana Prakashini Nithyananda, Ma Tereka Nithyananda, Ma Jnana Guru Prasadini Nithyananda. Person with iPhone, a name iPhone, could you please rename yourself? That will be Ma Samya P Nithyananda, Om Nithyananda. We have Jnana Paravidya Nithyananda, Nitya Parashakti Nithyananda, and we have Ma Gyanham Nithyananda, Ma Nitya Shakti, Sri Lingotham Nithyananda, and persons with the cameras of available in the camera. Let's take part, give you 100% in the power manifestation. So let's get ready for the power manifestation itself. We'll be projecting you the image on your screen and through the power of third eye. Yes, we have one sharing from Ma Samya, powerful cognition. Individual will is not needed for superdeterminism. Superdeterminism manifests from soul. Individual will manifest from ego. Thank you for sharing. Great. So, and understand, it's not just about receiving the powerful cognition. Swami says that anything that clicks with you, the powerful cognition that clicks with you, moment you start sharing, that stays with you for longer time. Otherwise, even if you had the click, if you don't share, you don't enrich others, after some time it leaves your system. But the moment you start enriching, you get in turn enriched, and it stays, that click that you had, the understanding that you had, stays with you for a long time. So that's why it's important to share. So thank you, Ma, for sharing. All right, so with this, let's get ready for the power manifestation. You can cover your eyes now with the blindfold. And understand, power manifestation is your time to be in oneness with Paramashivoham, to be in oneness with Swamiji. Again and again, Come back to the space of restful awareness. Come back to the space of oneness. Third eye, which is the door to the cosmos, door to that infinite super consciousness. The more and more you manifest the powers of third eye, the oneness grows in you. Ultimately, it explodes as a bliss. So just sit with your head and spine in a straight line. Cover your eyes with a blindfold. Any restlessness is there, just unclench. Do not move here and there. Just sit with your head and spine in a straight line. Forget the world, forget the body, forget the mind. Just reside in your third eye. Nothing other than Paramashivoham exists. As Swami says, when the urge becomes urgent, the transformation happens. Visualize Swamiji in your face and untouch from every single thought, whether it's restlessness, worry, fears, just untouch. Just go on unclenching. Now, when you bring the awareness to the third eye and reside in your third eye, let's connect with Swamiji with the Mahavaka. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Keep chanting the Mahavaka as we enter into this round of power manifestation. Images being projected on the screen. Let's see.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes, you can relax now. Slowly, very slowly, remove your eye bands and gently let the light come back into your eyes. And once the light has readjusted for your eyes, take a moment and share what was revealed to you in your third eye for this round of harmony manifestation. Seeing images blindfolded. Please go ahead and share. Yes, if you take off your blindfolds and share what was revealed to you in the third eye.
If you want sharing, Srilingal wants to share green grass. Yes, thank you for sharing. Yes, come on, all of us, let's start sharing. All those who have actually taken part, even with the partners, with the cameras off, you can also start sharing what was revealed to you. So, going on, we are waiting for your more sharing, then we'll be entering into the verification. We'll be showing you the image on the screen.
So requesting everyone that has taken part in this manifestation, please take a moment and share what was revealed to them in their third eye.
Thanks, Shani. I accidentally saw a picture while wearing the eye mask, so I didn't send him. Okay,
Thank you for sharing, right? Waiting for the more shares. We have my young comment that shares so pink, blue, and light yellow, black light. A scene that appears in Swamiji. There is also a throne with a golden lotus pattern, intense white and golden light, a bouquet of flowers of various colors. Thank you very much for sharing them.
All right. So if you're still sharing, keep on sharing. Let's move to the verification. We'll be projecting the image on screen. Yeah. So this is the image. It's the zebra on the pathway, and both sides you can see the grasses, the trees, and just behind you can see looks like horses. So yes, the zebras are on the road. Probably the person who has taken the front photo. So yes, this is the picture. So green grasses, definitely. As we live as well, we have the green grasses.
Yes, so we also have my young home that shares also pink, blue, and light yellow. We do have shades of pink on the right-hand side. Perhaps even some grayish blue towards the back. Light yellow, we definitely have light yellow on the grass, with dry grass on the left-hand side. That's in that appears in Somachi. There is also a throne with golden lotus pattern. So there's no throne or lotus pattern. Intense white and golden light. We have the white on the zebras. So we have the white and black stripes on the zebras. And a bouquet of flowers of various colors. So we have a few colors around, but we don't see the flowers necessarily. There might be some flowers, but we can't make out the flowers from this point. So yes, thank you very much for sharing, man. Congratulations for your input.
Yes, thank you all. With this, let's quickly jump to the second round of the power manifestation. So let's take a moment and cover your eyes again. We'll be entering into the second round of the power manifestation.
So for those of you that haven't taken part in the first round, this is your chance to take part in the second round. And please don't be afraid to share. Don't judge. Don't have any reservations. Just whatever you are being revealed, whatever you experience as part of this manifestation, just go ahead and share. To understand that by sharing, you trust in the divine. It is your divine connection that decides the power manifestation. So it is the only thing that has a bearing on the power manifestation itself. It is your connection to the divine. The mind has nothing to do with it. So we unclutch from the mind, but don't have any reservations, don't have any judgments of what you're being shown, don't discount anything. Just everything that you experience, everything that you are being revealed, go ahead and share. Trust and share. So let's sit comfortably with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Having our eye bands on. So requesting everyone to please make sure you have your eye bands on, or any piece of cloth that will cover the eyes. Let's once again sit comfortably with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Let us unclutch from any thought, any distraction, any internal or external distraction. Let us just unclutch. Again and again, we unclutch until we come to the space of restful awareness. We unclutch by detaching ourselves from the thought, from the distraction. Just as the distraction, the thought comes up, just label it as such and just observe it. Don't get involved in it. Don't interact with it. Just observe it. You become the seer. Just observe it. And just the way it came up, it will go back down all by itself. The unclutch again and again. Any thought, any emotion, any worry, anxiety, any fears, anything like that, that is just unclutch from it. Again and again, coming back to the space of restful awareness. It's the space where we connect to our true self, our divine self. We are Paramashivoham. And let us bring our awareness to our Nandaganda, our inner space, just below the heart center. So the heart center is situated in the center of our chest. That is our Anahata Chakra. So that is our heart center. And one palm width below that, approximately, is our inner space, our Nandaganda. It is the space that Swamiji has initiated us in, to connect to him, to connect to the divine, to be in the space of oneness with the divine, with Swamiji. So let us remember Swamiji in our inner space. Remember the full essence that is Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, living incarnation and embodiment of Paramashiva, the eternal super consciousness. Remember Swamiji, remember everything Swamiji is. Swamiji represents, and remember everything Swamiji means to you. Bring all of that in your inner space. And just by me remembering Swamiji in our inner space, we invoke the Master, because he's waiting for us to reach out, so let us do just that. Let us feel this connection to Swamiji. And through this feeling connection we have to Swamiji, we feel the love, the compassion, the infinite grace that is radiating from Swamiji, from our inner space. It's showering upon us. Let's go ahead and feel all of that. Feel the space of oneness with Swamiji in your inner space. And let's bring our awareness to the third eye, in between our eyebrows. Let us visualize Swamiji in our third eye. And gently let us gaze into Swamiji's eye, third eye. And as we do so, we feel an energetic connection from the Master's third eye into our third eye. Light lighting sensation, light build-up of energy in our third eye. Swamiji is awakening and energizing our third eye in this power manifestation. Go ahead and feel all of that in your third eye. Let the light build up of energy in your third eye. Swamiji is awakening and energizing your third eye. Now let us connect to Swamiji further by chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. which means Om internal bliss. I am Paramashiva. Remind us of how the divine said. So let us begin. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let's continue chanting the Mahavakya throughout this power manifestation. And from this space of oneness with Swamiji, let us now start manifesting this power of third eye vision, seeing the image blindfolded. The image is being displayed for you now. Let us
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham
Slowly, very slowly. Remove the eyelids. You can open your eyes. Yes, you can remove your eyelids. You can open your eyes. Just take a moment and let's start sharing what was revealed. And do not hesitate to share again and again. Just remember, do not hesitate to share. Even if you saw completely dark, you can share that as well. Even understand many times what happens, you saw some visual, but the moment you open your eyes, you forget that visual. Just have a little attention or focus of what was actually there. Sometimes it will be a little blurry, so you sometimes disregard it. Understand, the more and more you start manifesting the power again and again, that vision that is appearing will become more bright, more four colors that will appear. That's why Swami says again and again, go on manifesting the power. In this way, your visualization is getting standard. So let's take a minute and start sharing. See, it can come in different ways. You could have seen a few images, or it can, some flash of words would have been there. In different ways, it manifests. So let's share without any hesitation. We have Sriling Odvan who shares, maybe inside a house, I fall asleep through that. Okay, thank you for sharing.
Is that Sonia, that shares Swamiji in Devi form smiling. Yes, so much for sharing it. Yes.
And Ma Yang Chow Chon shares a low table, a telephone pole, some food on the table. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
Just waiting for a few minutes, then we'll be entering into the verification, we'll be projecting the image.
So if you're still sharing, please continue to do so. You are ready to get ready. Let us go to the verification stage. You'll display the image. Yes, you have the image on your screen too.
So it's a wide image. From a wide top angle, you can see huge mountains, kind of a lots of buildings, lots of kind of a city itself. Not much of detail is visible. Of course, when you zoom in, you can see so many things. You can see the water bodies from the top, the small islands, and just a very small island looks like a man-made or even natural, maybe. Of course, so many ships, boats you can see. Yes. So maybe inside a house. Actually, if you're talking about the angle, then it is from the top wide view. So yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Some in the daily form, smiling. Thank you. A low table, a telephone pole, some food on the table. We have many kind of a pole type structure. If you go a little deeper, you'll see many pole type of things that are standing.
All right. So thank you very much for everyone for taking part in this manifestation. And we'll now move on to the next segment in our program for today, which is once again from these revelations.
Now we'll be reading on the wisdom of the body and on the Muladhara Chakra, the questions and answers from the persons who have asked on the Muladhara Chakra. So let's enter into this revelation of technology. You can have the notebook also with you. Write down the path of cognition that you receive. So let's enter into the revelation of technology.
The Muladhara is situated near where your spinal cord ends. The Swadhisthana is little bit above and below navel. Swadhisthana is little above the Muladhara and below the navel center. And exactly in navel, near navel, the Manipura Chakra is situated. See, the ancient Tantra system says elaborately about these chakras. And today modern biologists say there are corresponding glands situated in the body. Where we say Agnya, biologists say the pituitary glands is there. Corresponding to each chakra, nearly there is a glands. The glands gives energy through these chakras. What is meant by the word chakra? What is these chakras actually? That is the first thing to be known. We have three bodies. We don't have one body as we think. We have three bodies. The body on which we are using now at present, the body in which you have come to the class, with which you are moving, you are writing, you are talking. This is called Chakra Avastha, the body of Chakra. Another body, Supra Sarira, which you use it in your dream state. If you have to lie down, you will be sleeping in Bangalore, but you will be dreaming as if you have gone to Bombay, as if you have gone to some other place. In dream, you are going to that place. You feel you are going to that place. At that time, which body you are using? Swapna body. Sukshma Sarira. You can use the word Sukshma Sarira also. Swapna Sarira. And another one Sarira, Karana Sarira, it is called. In the deep sleep state, that body you are in that state, that body is called Karana Sarira. Of course, that body doesn't move, it is completely made out of tamas. so that body doesn't move. These three bodies meet in 6 particular centers in our body system. The other 2 bodies meet this physical body at these particular 6 centers. There are 6 centers. Today we are going to see these 3 centers. In particular 6 centers, all these 3 bodies meet and overlap with each other. When if you know about this chakra science, if we can use the science of these chakras, we will be able to use the aircraft into aircraft as an aircraft. Yesterday I told you the story about aircraft. After the Second World War, German soldiers are left on open aircraft near a tribal area. When the tribals saw the mechanism, they thought it to be a bullock cart. They started using it as a bullock cart to transport the materials. After a few weeks or months, someone little man came and saw and thought, it may not be a bullock cart because there are so many gear systems. For bullock cart, there is no need for so many gear systems. He thought it would be a tractor, and he started using it as a tractor. After few months, he saw this man with that father, and he instructed them how to start and use it as aircraft. Then they started using it as an aircraft. This is the same thing which happens in our life also. If we don't know the gears and mechanisms of these chakras, we will be using our body as a tractor or bullock cart. At the most we use only as a bullock cart. We don't really use as a tractor. If we know the mechanisms, if we know how to use these gears of our tractor, we can fly with this aircraft. The science of flying, that is the science about chakras. If you know the science of chakras, you can use this body, you can use the energy in much higher scale, in much higher way, not in the lower forms in which we are using at present. If these chakras get opened, your energy will be used in a higher place. It will be transformed into a higher energy. So how to open this? What is the science of these chakras? To open these chakras, 2 methods are followed. One is meditation, another one is maturity. What I call by the word maturity, we can use the word jnana, wisdom. What is called as jnana, wisdom? I call it as a maturity. Jnana word is too much attached to seriousness. When we listen the word, we immediately feel that it is not for the philosophers. That's why I am not using the word jnana, I am using the word maturity. When we are young, when we are a small kid, if some doll or toy is taken away from us, what will happen? We weep, we cry as if our life is gone. And if today somebody takes away some doll, some toy from us, we don't want much. We don't cry. Why? We become mature. It is the same thing happens. When you grow more mentally, the maturity results on you, not physically. There are many people physically grown up to 90 years, but their mental age is not more than 12 or 13. Now there are many methods to test the mental age of a man. There are many methods that come up, and they are testing also. They say average man's mental age is not more than 12. So after 12, we stop growing. We may become aged, we will not be old. Getting aged is different and getting old is different. If you get old, really, you will be old. The old is old. Sentence we found in a real sense. And Swami Paramashivoham is a Ramakrishna disciple on Swami. He used to be called as a Sarputra Ramakrishna, son of Ramakrishna. When he was meditating in Vrindavan, somebody came and offered him a big costly blanket, shawl. And he was just looking at it. It is lying there in front of him. After a few hours, somebody came and took the blanket and went away. Some thief. He was just looking. He was just looking at him, and there is no change. And Maharaj is like this incident. Some robbers came to the ashram. They robbed whatever was in the ashram. And they gave a good blow to him also, good puja to him also. He did not even breathe fast. At least even if you don't react, our breathing became faster. He did not even breathe fast. He was so silent, calm. Nothing but maturity. When the maturity descends on us, the same thing will be the reaction. When we listen to the story of Paramashivoham, we think, oh, what great. But the thing which is happening in Paramashivoham's case, in our case also, both are not the same. When we become mature, when we have grown out of that dal or tai, we don't care much. In the same way, Manisha has grown out of the outer belt. We can grow out of the outer belt. At present, we have grown bodily, we have not grown mentally. Are you able to understand what I say? Mental age in me. You were also at one time trying and giving for the dog, for the toy. Now we are not. Why? You became mature. The same thing happens when you became mature, when you have seen the wealth, when you have grown out of wealth. You will not be disturbed. You will not be crying with outer things. What has happened in the life of Paramashivoham, what has happened in the life of Brahmananda, can very happen in our life also. Only thing we should know how to start the gears and start using the tractor into aircraft. How to use the aircraft as an aircraft. The mechanisms of the aircraft, we should be able to handle it. So the chakras are the mechanisms which is in our aircraft. Whether we use it as aircraft or a bullock car is up to us. Whether to be mature or not, whether to live and die with idols and dolls or to grow out of it, it's our decision. It is up to us to decide what to do, what not to do.
We'll start the next Mooladhara Chakra, the root center. This is the energy of pure greed. I can say pure expression. This is the chakra from which the opening starts happening. See, when you You wake up from the dream when the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra. Whenever the energy gets centered in Muladhara Chakra, you wake up. If all your energy gets centered, see, one or two thoughts, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from ordinary dream. Your whole awareness, if it turns and touches the Muladhara, you wake up from this dream. You can see that is why whenever you have a very fantasy dream, you will wake up. You think, oh God, such a wonderful dream. Any fantasy dream, you will just wake up because the energy has turned and touched the Muladhara Chakra. Same way you can see in your life, whenever you feel, oh God, this is an ecstasy, too much, something amazing. Those moments you will see, you will have a clarity, it is not going to be permanent. It is not that only that moment, you are realizing for those few moments, everything is dream. How many of you in the peak ecstasy felt that this is not going to last long? Understand? This is the truth. Whenever your awareness, your energy turns and touches the Muladhara, you will have the experience, whatever you are in is a dream. Whatever you are in is a dream. Master is the ultimate fantasy. All your fantasy, the fulfillment of all your fantasy is a master. Or he is the ultimate nightmare. I can describe in both ways. Whether as a nightmare or as a fantasy, he will wake you up. If you feel I am a fantasy, the path for you is a devotion. Through devotion, you will be liberated. If you feel I am a nightmare, the path for you is a vairagya. Vairagya is the path. Vairagya means the non-attachment. Through that you will be liberated. This is the way you can choose whether to follow the path of devotion or to follow the path of the renunciation. You can choose. Understand, whether it is a deep greed or a deep fear, you will have the clarity that this is not true. You will be awakened. There is an automatic awakening system in you. Just like if the pain is too much, automatically you will fall into coma. You don't have to do anything. If the pain is unbearable, you will just fall into coma. The automatic system is there. Same way, if the suffering or if the conflict with you and what you have created, if it is too much, you will be awakened. This is the science of awakening. Whenever the conflict between you and what you have created is too much, you will be awakened. Whether it is through fantasy or through fear. Whether it is through greed or through fear. In the night, you can see in the dream, whether it is fantasy dream or a nightmare, you will wake up. When that conflict is too much, when the give and take is too much with you and what you expressed. In the nighttime dream is what is you have expressed. Whenever the conflict is too much, you will wake up. Same way, even in this world, whenever you think it is too much of ecstasy, it is too much, unimaginable, if the pure greed energy is expressing, suddenly you will have a glimpse, oh God, it's not going to stand. It's not going to last long. Not only that experience or that situation or that moment, you will see the whole thing with which you are having that fantasy feeling, the fantastic feeling is not going to stand. It's like a spider. How the spider expresses its own web from itself. It expresses its own web. Same way, this is the web created by you. It is from your very mind stuff. This web is created. When you have too much of fear or too much of greed, you break it. When you can't handle the conflict, when you can't handle the play anymore. See, you did this whole thing playfully. You ask, what is this, Swamiji? What are you talking? I am telling you the truth. How playfully you create a dream and enter into it. With that same playful mood only you create this web, the cosmos, and relax into it. When it is too much, you are not able to handle this play anymore, you wake up. When we experience pure greed, you can wake up. See, in the last session, I tried to give you the glimpse of pure energy, pure fear. The pure fear. Same way, this session, this technique will give you the glimpse of pure greed by awakening the Muladhara Chakra. A different technique. This will give you the glimpse of pure greed. When the pure greed happens also, your consciousness level will raise. And you will start seeing it's all just layer. Please understand, again I am going back to the first chakra, Agnya Chakra. Seeing through the eyes. When the energy is more centered on the seen will overrule you. It will command you. When the energy is more on the seer can change the scene. When the energy is more on the object of the greed, that will disturb your life. When the energy is more on the pure greed energy, pure greed, you will wake up. You will not be touched anymore by it. So now, all we need to do is enter into the process of awakening the pure greed, means Muladhara Chakra. Pure energy, lust energy of Muladhara Chakra. I wanted to make one more statement. There is a question from Guru Prem. Yesterday I was just going through these questions. He asked, if the Vairagya is deep boredom, is Viagra the excitement? I want you to know, I just wanted to pass an idea. Actually, this is directly related to this Muladhara Chakra. You have certain amount of biomemory in you. Biomemory of lust, or fear, or greed, with which you made your body. See, when you make your body, 30% lust, 40% fear, and 20% worry. Something like this, you accumulate you make the karmas, and out of that, you make the body. So if your body is prepared with a particular amount of lust, that is your biomemory, prarabdha, we call it prarabdha. In English, I want to use the word biomemory. With that particular amount of lust, if you have made your body, that is your lust. How much your body expresses, acts for that biomemory is your lust. But through pornography or through some way, if you start comparing with somebody else's lust with you, you will always have a problem. I am not up to that mark, or I am little more than that. When you start comparing, you have corrupted the lust. And please understand, any medicine or external help you add to improve your lust action is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. It is going to dangerously disturb your consciousness. Means you are adding agamya. Instead of relaxing or releasing your prarabdha, you see, you come down, you have 40% of lust engram, you think, let me finish it and get rid of it. That's the way you come down. And after coming down, when you add some medical help or any external help, naturally you are accumulating agamya with the greed, with the lust. Agamya accumulated in the lust will directly damage the body and consciousness. Please understand? Directly it will damage. The karma, biomemory which you brought, live it. I am not saying don't live it. Live it. But anything added to it directly will disturb your consciousness. So, be very clear. And you don't have to compare your lust with somebody else's lust. Your action with somebody else's action. It is purely your individual experience. There are some more questions on this subject. Lust and greed and the Muladhara Chakra. Somebody is asking, Guru Premulli is asking, is there an answer to chicken and the egg question? Understand, egg is first. Egg never came from chicken, it came from hen. I answered. If you have any question on Mooladhara, you can write it and give now. I'll answer. I'll throw some more light on whatever concepts I've expressed. Then we'll go for meditation. Are greed and desire interchange? I'm not able to read the next line. Oh, interchangeable. See, I can say there is no difference between greed and desire. It's a different words, that's all. I can say pure greed and ordinary greed. Pure greed is the just overflowing energy. Ordinary greed is when it is associated with some object. All I am trying to do in these 2 days is trying to give you the deep ecstasy or the experience without objects, so that you are liberated from objects. I am not saying don't live with the objects. When you go back, you can live with the objects. You can live with things, but have the freedom. See, having the freedom from objects and persons is the ultimate freedom. You should live it to understand. Should live it to understand. I feel so poor, so sympathy towards the people who are caught with the objects and persons. I feel, oh God, he is in mess. It's an amazing liberation. You should see how the life is. It's like if you are a billionaire and see a poor guy in a slum or in a small village, how you feel bad. Same way only I feel when I see people who are caught in the objects or with the persons or memories. Understand, sometimes you may not be directly caught with a particular person, but the memory. Only one person's memory liberates you. That's enlightened person's memory. The memory with the enlightened being, that only liberates you. That's what we call devotion. And any memory with anybody else is suffering. Could you please explain masculine and feminine energy and how it relates to people who are gay and lesbian? This is a very deep question. Understand, I'll explain the science of birth. Usually, in the cosmos, how the birth happens, if somebody has spent one life as a male male body, they decide to take a female birth. I always saw more than 99%, it's always, if you are male this birth, you are surely female in the last birth. I don't know why, but that is the way. Maybe the suffering is too much. So they jump to the other gender. If they just jump to the other gender, but the taste for the other experience, for example, last Janma somebody was male, this Janma they take the female body, but the taste for the female body is too much in that person, he comes with the female body and the taste for the female body. He comes with a male body and the taste for the male body. That is where this problem starts. These gay and lesbian relationships are the gay and lesbian beings. Another one thing is there. In Tantra, we explain anybody who is growing has to go through different layers. Between 0 to 7, the child will be enjoying its own body. It will be just enjoying its own body. And between 7 and 14, the child will enjoy its gender's body. It will enjoy friendliness, understand? Not sex, not lust, friendliness. So the male child will enjoy the male body. The female child will enjoy the female body. Then after 14, the opposite gender, lust starts. First, enjoying its own presence, then enjoying the friendliness, then enjoying the physical sex. Body and mind, this is the way it gets matured. And according to Tantra, after 21, you are supposed to enjoy everything, what we call brahmacharya. See, 0 to 7, enjoying your own body. 7 to 14, enjoying the friendliness, the body of the same gender. 14 to 21, enjoying the opposite sex. After 21, enjoying the whole world. This is the way Tantra wants human beings to flower. Our Gurukuls were done for that only. By 21 you are in Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means enjoying everything. You just connect with the moon, you just connect with the sun, you just connect with the whole thing and you are in ecstasy. Nothing else is required. You are in ecstasy with everything. This is the way the growth is supposed to happen. I can say human beings who are not able to cross that 7 to 14, the mental age, they are also stuck in the gay space or lesbian space. Two kinds of people. People who are stuck between the 7 to 14, they can be healed, they can be helped and they can be made to straight. But the people who came down with a different desire, they can't be healed, they have to live their freedom, or they have to live that kind of same lifestyle, no other way. Does enlightenment change the dynamic between us and husband and wife? No, it doesn't change the dynamic. I can say when you are enlightened, you only share that energy with the other person. Other person is elevated, just like Ramakrishna and Sharada Devi. Just like Ramakrishna and Sharada Devi. One difficulty is there, if the other person is completely against, dead against, then nothing can be done. Guru Prem, you won't have that problem. I am answering the questioner. You won't have that problem. But if the person is completely opposite, then the problem is there. If that person is little sympathetic, you won't have a problem. Even little sympathetic towards, you won't have a problem. You will only share and inspire the other person and elevate. Why in the Hindu tradition and some other religions are women banned from temples praying etc. when they are having their menstrual cycle? Oh God, this is a... Let me be very honest. I tried to consciously scan so much about this question. I am not able to find any justification. I am not able to find any justification. Usually I always support the Vedic tradition, Hindu tradition. I am not able to find any justification. So in all our temples I am allowing. In all our temples I am allowing. Women can come in all the days. They can come and pray. I am not able to find any justification. Maybe when they created that idea, at that time there might have been some reason. That is what I can tell. Now I don't find any justification or any reason. So in all our temples I am allowing. As far as I am concerned, you can do meditation or puja or anything. I have no problem. But in many traditional temples they don't allow. Maybe when the tradition was created there would have been some reason. Are greed and desire interchangeable? I answered. I thought energy was supposed to travel up the spine and through the Sahasrara for enlightenment. I heard you say, when the energy turns down to Muladhara, we are awakened. Now I am confused about these points. When you heard that the energy should travel to the up to get enlightened, that idea presented was totally different. Now when I say energy has to turn towards the Muladhara to get enlightened, you can say this is awareness, that is energy. Two different expression, same word is used. Whether this or that, you will become enlightened. Only in between it doesn't happen. If you are hanging around like a Trishangu Surga, what's the definition of lust? Is it purely sexual, or how do you compare lust with someone? What is the question? Who put the question? No, it's a sexual only. When I use the word lust, I meant by sexual only. Do you mean sexual performance? That is what I meant, sexual performance. I did not mean anything else. Finally, what do you say? One should have lust or not? Oh God. I am not saying you should not have or should have. What prarabdha you brought, leave it. If you have, enjoy it. But don't try to enrich it, especially from external sources. Do not add something externally. It will terribly damage your system. Because, see, if your body would have been prepared for 100 activity. In that 40% engram is lust, 30% is some other activity, 20% is some other activity. If you increase the lust activity from 40 to 80 by the external boosters, your body will not be able to handle other activities. Then you start creating all kinds of, especially the diseases like cancer, or self-torturing, just shrinking, just destroying the body starts happening through this kind of external supports. So I am not saying you should not have or you should have. Just if you brought it, leave it, enjoy it. If you don't have, don't bother. But don't have comparison with somebody else's activity or performance or lifestyle. When you have a comparison with somebody else's activity or lifestyle or performance, the trouble starts. Your lust is purely your lust. It is such a personal, intimate thing. Why do you want to put that in the market with somebody else's lust? Why do you want to compare with somebody else's performance, somebody else's action? So, just enjoy. It is your own very property. It is your intimate experience. The problem is people don't have anymore any idea about intimacy or the sanctity associated to intimacy. It's no more sacred. It's only utility, a pleasure experience, or just a, what to say, all right, I don't want to use any more words. If I use, I'll use strong words. How to be liberated from lust? You don't have to bother so much about liberation to the lust. If the pure energy in the Mooladhara is awakened, I am not saying you will be liberated from the lust, you will be above the lust. If you want, play the game. When you don't want, relax from it. You will be above it. So the liberation is some way condemning the lust energy. Just like how you condemn fear, you condemn lust. Because it is a kind of a dependency. And you don't want to, especially male have so much of ego. You don't want to be dependent. So understand, going beyond lust should happen for the right reason. Not just because your ego is hurting. It's dependency. For wrong reason, if you try to go beyond the lust, you will again and again have suffering in other planes, in other places. Understand, even if it is the right action, wrong reason, you will have a problem. I used to tell a small story. 3 mad people wanted to be released from the madhouse. They went to the doctor. Doctor said, come tomorrow morning, I'll have a test for you guys, then I'll decide. Next day morning they came, there was an empty swimming pool, no water. Doctor said, jump. First guy jumped and broke his leg. Doctor said, you can't go out, go. He said, told the second guy, jump. Second guy jumped, broke the hand. Said, you can't go out, go. You have to be here. Third guy, he called and said, jump. Third guy said, no, I won't jump. Then doctor said, you can go out, come on. He was settling all the paperwork, he was doing all the paperwork, about to be released. Doctor casually asked, why you did not jump? That guy said, you know, I don't know swimming. Understand? Right action, wrong reason. So, even for the wrong reason, you try to go beyond the lust, you will be in suffering. You will be creating a mess. So even don't entertain even the subtle hatred. Even subtle hatred against fear or lust, you will be caught in that. You will be just caught. It's like a Vali, understand? In Ramayana, you heard the story of Ramayana. Vali is a monkey who has a boon. Anybody who stands in front of him for fight, half of their energy will come to him. Your lust and fear is like a Vali. If you stand directly in front of it for fight, half of your energy will go there. Then naturally he is only going to win because he already has his energy and half of your energy. What will happen? So you are fighting a losing war. You are fighting losing war. So don't have even a subtle hatred. See, you hate because it is a dependency. That's where the problem starts. That's where the problem starts. So don't have hatred. It's like purifying the fear. Just like purifying the fear, purify the lust. Try to have a pure experience of pure greed, without the object. Maybe these techniques will help you. That will leave you above, beyond lust. Is lust connected with aggression? I can say lust is nothing but an aggression. It is aggression. When it is not aggression anymore, it will become pure romance. Such a beautiful experience. Pure romance is like a flower. And lust is always an aggression. With pure romance, not even seeing is required. Not even seeing is required. Somebody complains about this Rasa Leela of Sri Krishna. He is a playboy. Krishna is having so many girlfriends. What is this? What is going on? He is worshipped as ideal. Understand, the whole thing, Rasa Leela, happened when Krishna was not even 10. By the time he is a 10, he has already gone to, he has left for Mathura. Please understand, the whole thing happened below the age of 10. Then understand, it's a pure friendliness. It was not lust. It was pure friendliness. The whole thing was a pure romance. It was never lust. There's a big difference between these two. The Bhagavatam beautifully describes. How many of you read Bhagavatam? You should read. If you find time, you should read in your language. I can say, I have read thousands of mythological scriptures, mythological literature. Not only Hindu mythology, even the Jain mythology, Buddhist mythology, and some Christian literature, in Sufi literature. So many mythological literatures I have read, but nothing like Bhagavatam. It is just essence of pure romance, the pure energy. It is just nothing like Bhagavatam. Somebody asked me, my biographer asked me, Swamiji, how you want your biography to be presented? I told, if you can, read Bhagavatam and internalize. With that ecstasy, write me. That is the way I wanted to be presented. The best way, if you want to understand the pure expression of a enlightened being landing on the planet Earth and playing, Bhagavatam should be read. Bhagavatam beautifully describes this whole scene. Somebody questions the Rishi, Bhagavatakara. He was questioned, who recites the Bhagavatam, he was questioned, what do you mean about saying that the connection between Radha, connection between Krishna and Gopikas are not lust, but the connection between the Sisubala and his, what do you call? Courtesans. What do you call her? Court dancers. Courtesans. Courtesans. It is a pure lust. What do you mean by that? Because Sisubala also had 16,000 courtesans and Krishna had 16,000 Gopikas. What do you mean by that? Then beautifully Bhagavatakara describes, see the relationship between the bridge between Krishna and Gopikas is a knowledge, pure knowledge that Krishna is ultimate. Nothing else. Love was the bridge. Knowledge was the bridge. Nothing else. There was no give and take. But with the Sisubala and courtesans, it was money. It was security. The bridge was security and money, not the knowledge and bhakti. So what is the bridge between you and your wife? Find out. Then you will understand whether you are living like a Krishna and Krishna's Gopikas or like Sisubala or Sisubala's courtesans. No, that is the truth. Understand, whether you are living like a Krishna, if only money and security is the bridge, then you are living like Sisubala. If the love and understanding, knowledge is the bridge, you are living like Krishna. This is the difference between pure romance and lust. See, it is a practical life. It's a practical life. And see how your life is. And it's such an amazing expression. I can say the best expression, the best biography written about an enlightened master is Bhagavatam. I have read so many biographies of enlightened masters, so many, but nothing compared to Bhagavatam. I don't know whether 5 or 10,000 years before they wrote. I don't know how 10,000 years before such a peak of consciousness was reached by human beings. See, unless you experience this kind of that subtle, pure romance and all, you can't describe it. Experiencing pure romance is the peak of human consciousness. That's the peak of human consciousness. I can say at least 5,000 years before, in India, people have experienced that peak. That's why I say this civilization is out of great visionaries. The civilization is born out of great visionaries. And try to read Bhagavatam, you may understand what's the meaning of that pure romance. The difference between lust and romance. You can say this simple scale, go and measure it. The bridge between you and your wife, is it just security and money? Or is it understanding and love? Whole problem is solved. What to do when these things are at their peak? Am I right? I'm not. At their peak. Direct solution is, I'll work with you now. We will work on root chakra and make it pure energy. That's a direct solution. No other direct solution. Is the prarabdha of lust is different between husband and wife? Oh God, that is where the whole mess starts. That is where the whole mess starts. At least in the West you have a freedom to change. In India that is also not there. These fellows are caught. To tell you honestly, I don't have a practical answer for it. Really. I tried that some way, technically we can alter the energy and all those things. Even then, the willingness to change is also not there. That is where the problem starts. If both the person feel one person's prarabdha is more or less than the other person, they need to help each other. Then problem gets settled. Then they can be brought to meditation or some techniques and process, and it just completely gets healed. But even if that is not happening, it's a mess only. That's why I say in the modern day, marriage is the greatest calamity. No, really. That's the greatest chaos can happen to you. What to do? Nothing can be done. When does life begin? Before conception, at conception, or birth? During birth. When the umbilical cord, you see the prana connection between you and your mother, when that is disconnected, then the energy, when the soul enters into your being. Till then, you are surviving through the mother's prana. Your heart may be beating, everything may be functioning, but the individual soul has not entered into it. Individual soul enters only during the birth. When the umbilical cord starts moving, the movement of the umbilical cord starts happening. That is the moment individual soul enters. Then you may ask, how Prahlada, how Abhimanyu? Tomorrow you ask this question, I will answer. Tomorrow you will be working on death. That time I will answer. Who put this quote? Manisha? Oh God. Just now I saw you making my eyes small. I saw blue sky around behind you and saw 4 different faces, like 4 different images. What is that? When you look through the eyes, you will see different experiences. Not only that, you will see an empty person, an emptiness talking to you. That emptiness is the fullness.
Ashraya dosha. This dosha says, if you have fought with your wife, don't eat in the house. Morning, before going to the office, if you had fight with your wife, don't eat in house that day. Have your food in hotel. If you have food in your house, you will get answer. Ashraya dosha proves. The Ashraya dosha means thoughts are also getting cooked along with the food. Not only the ingredients which she adds, his thoughts are also getting added to the food. Now scientists have proved, there are so many research reports which proves the Ashray dosha. And there is a physics test done in university, the same test, with the same instruments, in same room temperature, in same conditions, done by two different scientists, gives two different results. You understand? The same experiment, same instruments, same conditions, same temperature, done by two different persons, gives two different results. What is meant by this? What can be the reason? The thoughts of the person affects the outer things. Now we will prove in the fruits come. I'll show you one of the experiments to prove the Jati dosha. At the time I will prove the fruits about the thoughts. Ashray dosha, whatever you think, that is also getting cooked along with the food. And the person who touches the food, his thoughts are, the food is also contaminated by his thoughts, or blessed by his thoughts. That is why the idea of Nivedya came into existence. Do you know the meaning of Nivedya? Anybody knows the meaning of the word Nivedya? Offering. Nivedya. Offering means not that we are asking to eat. We are not even asking to eat. We are just showing it. We are actually showing it. Even the word Nivedana means that only. It is not that we are asked, there is no, the Nivedana cannot be translated, please eat. The idea itself is not there. We are offering it. We are, what to say, we are showing it to him. In a way we can say only that much. We are showing it to him. The presence or vibration in the mandir, in a temple, and in your house shrine will get into the food. When you eat the food, you will be also benefited. That is why you just be taken to the shrine and offered, and you eat. The idea of Ashray dosha only comes with the idea of the offering the food to the Lord. Yes, the devotion, can call it in any way. Your thoughts attack the food also. Whatever you do, your thoughts attacks the things which you do. But that right question. When you do this meditation, when you do this Dukkha meditation, your body intelligence will get awakened. When you get awakened, you will feel when you eat, when you want to eat, when you want to stop. So eat according to the body. Don't have any system. If you go for a system, you will not be respecting your intelligence. Of course, wait for a few days. When you regularly meditate, do this meditation, you will exactly feel when you want to eat. You get diagnosed with your intelligence. So eat according to your need. Don't eat according to the system. According to the system of somebody. Nobody should force the system upon others. Somebody has designed the system for himself, not for you. For you, you have to design the system. That is the way for intelligence. It can differ. It can differ from day to day. And the only way to awaken this consciousness is when you eat with full awareness and consciousness. Before eating, today I take this as homework. You all, after going tonight, you all just eat with full consciousness. How to do that? I will tell you. Before the food comes to your plate, just close your eyes and take the about that you will not remember the past or future. You will not worry about the past or plan about the future. Just drop your mind and start when the food comes. Look at the food. It is full of love and deep feeling. Please listen carefully. Look at the food. It is full of love and deep care, full of love and friendliness. And then start adding by each and every handful of food when you eat it fully, tasting it. Taste fully, as much as possible, as slowly as possible. Taste and eat. And it may take more time. How much you take? It may take 10 minutes. Now you will be taking some 20 minutes. But you will see the quantity of food is reduced. When you eat with quality, the quantity gets reduced. You will see what is meant by Amrita. All our food is nothing but Amrita. Only we don't eat it like Amrita. When you change the quality, when you change the way of eating, the food also changes. Food is not a simple dead thing. Don't think food is a matter. It is a life consciousness. Annam Brahma. Upanishad says food is God. It has its own intelligence. When you eat with respect, it goes and helps you to grow. Helps your body. If you eat with disrespect, if you simply grab it, you feel it, but you never feel fulfilled. If you feel it, then naturally it will give only negative effect, negative results. It will not be helping you to grow. It will be helping you only in a negative way. So just try today this method. Today all of you go home and in night food, only one time food you have this. And then write down on paper what you felt. Bring it tomorrow. Negative energy and need energy. What for you eat? Can anyone answer? What for you eat? What did you eat?
To energize the body.
To energize the body is the right question. You can live without having food 80 days. Balance improves. For 80 days without having food you can live. Who said energy to energize the body? Yes. That is the right question. Right answer. If a quantity goes by itself pleasant, no problem. Don't reduce it by force. To energize the body. But after having food, do you feel energetic?
No.
You see, patience really is the question of patience. You said that you are taking food to energize the body. After food, do you feel you are energized?
Slowly.
After food, all of us feel like having rest. Many people, they sit in the bed with can't itself and keep the plate and lie down. It happens in many ways. Many people, majority it happens. There are few people who are already practicing these few ideas, maybe feeling the energy. But generally, what we feel after food? Sleepy. If you take rest, you feel tired. What is meant by it? Sun rises to give the light. But when sun comes, darkness descends. That is what is meant by it. See, sun rises to give the light. But the result is, when sun rises, darkness descends. We eat to energize the body, but when we eat, sleepiness comes. If we become dull, what is meant by it? What contradicting behavior things are happening? Then there is something basically wrong with the food what we eat. So here is an experiment to prove what is the food with energy. This is the food, it is the negative energy. This is the food, it is the new energy. You see, if the positive energy food is more in your food system, you will be feeling energetic after the food. If the negative energy food is more in your food system, you will be feeling lethargic after food. If the new energy food, you will be neither feeling lethargic nor feeling electric, energetic. So to do this, we have brought this. That's a experiment. Why is the sannyas that carry this mala? At the time of Bhiksha, the sannyas are supposed to do Bhagirata Yatra. When we do Bhagirata Yatra, we have to take the vow that we will not touch money. I did around 2.5 years, I wandered like this. From Himalayas to Kanyakumari. At the time we take the vow of not touching money. You will not touch the money, you just beg and eat and sleep wherever it is allowed to be sleep. Then in that way I travel. Practically we walk around 2000 kilometers, I walk a little bit here and there by train, by bullock carts. If somebody purchases and gives the ticket by train, otherwise in many ways we have traveled. In that time, in Bhiksha time, some people may give us a Bhiksha, the old food, which will be poisoned, which will be rotten, which will not be a suitable food for health. That time we will check that food with this mala. If we give the mala on that food, if it goes clockwise, it's the energy food, the food with energy. If it goes anti-clockwise, the food with negative energy. If it moves like a pendulum, it's a negative energy. It is the meter which we use to categorize the food. Any food, after making, we will bring it and check it with the mala. If the mala says okay, then only we eat, otherwise we will throw it out. This is the way, and this is the way to use it. Now I will just show. And I will call some of you who are the doubtful people and make them do. You can see this is the positive food. Some of you can come and then do what I do. You're able to see?
Somebody has to volunteer.
It's going to explain to them. If you have some mala, you can avoid it. If some people may be thinking that only Swami's mala will move. No, not like that. Even your malas can move. If any of you Rudraksha, rose, sandalwood. This Rakta Sandana mala. These two mala will move. These two mala will show. Any of you have any mala? Yes, you can bring and see that directly by yourself. Anybody else wants to do also, they can come and do.
Do it at home.
Yes. Someone else please come. Yes. Anybody else will come and do. Yes. You can come and do it yourself.
Don't take it back.
The positive food will always go clockwise. Don't do the hand. Don't do it by yourself. Allow it to happen. And in the house you can practice and see. And if you have the pendulum in the house, you can keep the pendulum and see. Just keep it here. In the nil energy food, it will be going like a pendulum. Simply. You're moving in a pendulum. Don't give energy by yourself. No, it is supposed to run this way. It's running. It's developing. Just hold it and make it hard. It's supposed to run in middle of it. Because it's really running. It will run in between.
So what a beautiful revelations by Swamiji, especially on the Muladhara Chakra. So many questions and answers were there. I hope all of you have there's so many questions, the doubts that you had must be clear, because Swamiji clearly answered so many questions. And with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's day of Paramashivoham. So today we have worked on all the chakras along with the revelations by Swamiji. With integrity, authenticity, restoring integrity and authenticity can open up the chakras. So with this, we'll be now closing with the day with the full mantra, and make sure that you're joining us tomorrow with the day. Will be starting with the Nithyananda yoga as usual. So be consistent with the yoga. Now let's join our hands. Namaskar mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavate Nithyananda Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you everyone. Yes, Nithyanandam.
Around 5